You care about her. You try to show up. You send that good morning text. You ask how her day went. You're consistent, thoughtful, emotionally available. And somehow, that's when she starts pulling away. She responds slower. She's less affectionate. She says she needs space, or she just gets cold. And you're left confused, hurt, frustrated. Because in your mind, you're doing everything right. You're showing her she matters. You're not playing games. So why is she losing interest? That's what this video is about. Because this moment is where a lot of good men break themselves trying to fix something they didn't even cause. If this is happening to you, don't chase harder. Don't over-explain. Don't beg. The more you try to make her see, the further she'll pull away. Instead, I'm going to break down exactly why she backs off when you start to care. And how to stay grounded in your masculine power without turning cold or bitter. Let's get into it. Reason number 1. She doesn't trust emotional consistency, because she's never had it before. When you show her care, attention, and emotional presence, you think she'll feel safe. But instead, she feels suspicious, uncomfortable, on edge. Why? Because in her past, love wasn't consistent. It was chaotic. Hot one day, cold the next. She got used to men who only cared when they were about to lose her. She learned that affection often came with a price. Control, guilt, manipulation, or sudden withdrawal. So when you, a grounded, emotionally available man, come along and show her steady care, her nervous system doesn't know what to do with it. It sees safety and calls it danger. Because her body has been trained to see love as something unpredictable. That's not your fault. But if you take her distance personally, you'll start to overgive, over-explain, and eventually become the thing she feared. What she needs isn't more effort, it's more calm. More grounded energy. Less chasing. More consistency without pressure. And if she can't receive that, that's not a reflection of your value. It's a reflection of her healing. Reason number 2. She mistakes your affection for weakness. It sounds cruel, but it's real. Some women, especially the emotionally unavailable, confuse kindness with neediness, and consistency with weakness. She says she wants a good man. Someone who listens, who cares, who shows up. But when she finally gets him, she loses interest. Because deep down, what she's attracted to is the emotional chaos she's used to. And now that you're showing real care, stability, and emotional safety, she doesn't know how to value it. She might even say things like, "You're too nice. I need space. Something feels off." But what feels off is her expectation that love should hurt, feel like a chase, or be filled with emotional tension. So when she meets a man who isn't playing games, she pulls back. Not because you're doing too much, but because she was never ready for real connection. You showing her care didn't push her away. It just revealed that she never had the capacity to hold that kind of love in the first place. Reason number 3. She was more interested in the chase than the connection. Some women aren't looking for a relationship. They're looking for attention, validation, a temporary boost to their ego. And once you give them what they want, your affection, your availability, your commitment, the game ends. The thrill is gone. And so is their interest. It's not that you did anything wrong. It's that you stopped being a challenge. Not because you changed, but because she was only drawn to the idea of being wanted, not the reality of being loved. When you were a little unavailable, she leaned in. When you didn't always reply right away, she was curious. When you gave her space to wonder, she valued your presence. But the moment you poured yourself into her fully, she backed away. Because she was more addicted to the chase than the connection. And chasing her harder won't bring her back. It'll just confirm her suspicion that the game is over. And there's nothing left for her to win. You didn't lose her. She was never really invested to begin with. Reason number 4. You lost your frame while trying to please her. At first, she was drawn to you because you had structure. A life. A mission. A sense of direction. You didn't center your world around her, and that made you magnetic. But then, as you started to care more, you began adjusting yourself to keep her happy. You became careful with every word. You pulled back your boundaries. You stopped leading and started asking. Is this okay? Do you still love me? What can I do better? You gave her control, not in a healthy way, but in a way that slowly made her lose respect. Because here's the truth most men don't hear. Women want love, but they also want leadership. Not control. Not dominance. But masculine clarity. When you lose your frame, when your emotions depend on how she responds, you go from being her partner to being her mirror. And that doesn't feel like love. That feels like pressure. So she pulls away. Not because you care, but because in trying to keep her, you stopped being you. And no woman can stay deeply attracted to a man who abandons himself to be loved. Reason number 5. You're giving her the love you need, not the love she values. Sometimes when a man starts caring more, he gives love the only way he knows how. Constant attention, long messages, reassurance, over-communication. But here's the problem. That's often not the kind of love she connects with. You're speaking from your wounds instead of her needs. You send paragraphs because you crave closeness. You check in constantly because you fear losing her. You give more and more because deep down, you're afraid she'll stop choosing you if you don't. And all of that comes from a good place. But it can come across as emotional pressure to her. Because what makes her feel safe may not be more attention. It may be space, confidence, presence, and emotional steadiness. Not words. Not gifts. Not over-effort. But you being grounded in your own center. Instead of orbiting around hers. She doesn't pull away because you love her. She pulls away because the way you're showing love is starting to feel like anxiety in a gift box. You want to give her your heart. But she wants to feel your strength, not your fear. You don't need to chase what's meant for you. If she pulls away when you show love, it doesn't always mean you're doing too much. Sometimes, it means she wasn't ready for the real thing. You didn't scare her off with your heart. You exposed her inability to receive it. And if your love makes someone uncomfortable, you don't need to shrink yourself or love less. You just need to stop offering intimacy to people who only know how to respond to chaos. You are not too much. You are not too soft. You are not the problem. You're just offering loyalty in a world addicted to emotional distance. And the more you betray yourself trying to win her back, the further you drift from the man you were before all this. So stop chasing. Breathe. Recenter. Because the right woman won't pull away from love. She'll lean into it. If this video helped bring you clarity, like it. Share it with a man who's confused right now. And subscribe to Mind of Man, where we don't beg to be loved. We learn to stand still and become undeniable.